Ready?
All right.
Okay. Call to order the zoning board of adjustments meeting for the town of St. Paul, Monday, August 11th. At this time, we'll have a call to order and a roll call. Robert Simmons.
Here.
JT Trevino.
Here.
Justin Graham.
Here.
David Dryden.
Here.
Larry Nail.
Here.
Okay, all are present, and we do have a quorum. At this time, conduct a public hearing and consider case number 08-11-25-01. A variance submitted by Stephen DiGiovanni.
Yes, sir.
There we go. On behalf of the DiGiovanni Revocable Trust. The request pertains to Chapter 14 zoning ordinance, Article 16 height and area exceptions and modifications. Section 6.2 front yards of the town codes, which prohibits any fence, structure, or planting from exceeding 3 1/2 feet in height above the established street grade within the front yard. The applicant is seeking a variance to allow the front yard fence with a height variation ranging from 1.46 to 0.08 above, I guess that's inches above the ground. Permitted height restriction depending on the fence location.
I think that's feet.
Do what? It's got to be feet 1.46, but the 0.08 feet, I guess.
It's about grading. Just want to make sure you said inches, it's feet.
I just saw the 0.08 and was like, how do you?
Yeah, it's feet.
Yeah.
It's feet.
So,
Grade.
so the public hearing is open at this time. Do we have to have a motion to open a public hearing?
I think so.
Please conduct it.
I think, yeah, it's open at this time.
Is there anybody that would like to speak?
Would you like to speak on the public hearing portion?
Greetings, Mayor Swain, and Aldermen's Nail, Dryden, Graham, Trevino, and Simmons. Mr. Simmons, I didn't have the opportunity to meet you earlier. I'm Stephen DiGiovanni, and I'm your new neighbor. I am, I think, the most recent homeowner in St. Paul, and I'm enthusiastic to be a part of the city of St. Paul. 969 now, where it is, we're going to change the sign. I want to start right off by apologizing for any miscommunications that happened with my general contractor. You know, at the inception of this fence thing, I was in, the Houston area, and as soon as I got the call from City Hall, I put the kibosh on everything, and here we are today. So please accept my apology, because if I was in your position and the Johnny come lately started putting up fences, I would also feel a certain kind of way. So please accept my apology. I've already, dealt with my contractor, his fence contractor. They're out of the picture. It's just me now. Well, he's not totally out of the picture. He's going to come back as far as making decisions anyway. So let me start, because it's late, I don't want to, I'm not going to go.
You get your
I'm not
time.
going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to abbreviate because, I'm not, a lot of this material here, not to insult any of you because you live here. I'm not trying to teach you about what you already know. However, this is an official hearing about a matter that's really important. That was, beyond my control. I'm going to demonstrate 4 critical facts, but if I don't get justice, I want a complete, submission, because this submission will then carry on to the next step, which I hopefully won't go there. So, what I'm asking for, let me just go right into what I'm asking for, because I don't want what I'm actually asking for to get lost in the whole presentation, of stats and all this other stuff. So what I'm asking for is, on column number 1, I'm asking for 0.13 of a foot, which basically breaks down to about 1 3/4 inches. So that's about right here. This is what I'm asking for on column number 1. On column number 2, 3, and 4, I'm currently within the code. And that's because I had them shave off a foot off the top, which I got a video of to show you that it's done. It's done. Like I said, it's me that did the measuring this time. We don't have to call in the surveyor and all of that. I'm an honest person. So a foot has been removed, which brought column 2, 3, and 4. They're in the code right now. Nothing needs to be. Column number 5, I need a .8 of a foot, or 3/4 of an inch. So that's what I need on column number 5. Now, we hit column number 6, and I respectfully request a .75 of a foot, or 9 inches. So that's what I need on column number 5. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Column number 5
18
was,
inches.
was 3/4 of an inch, and column number 6 is 9 inches, and column number 7 comes to 17.5, or 1 foot .46, or 17.52 inches. So what I'm respectfully requesting on column number 7 is this much. Okay. So, you know.
Is the fence level?
Is it level,
Is it-
what's going on?
Is it level and it's a little bit taller in some areas, or
No longer. No, oh, you mean the?
like the top of the fence? Is
Oh,
it-
the top, no, the top is level.
Okay.
Okay,
That's what that
so we
is.
removed 12 inches or 1 foot off of each column. How they got that, I don't even know. That's, you know.
But the fence is, the fence top is level, it's just that some of the columns are,
Okay, so the situation is, this is a, you know, okay, so the situation falls into, you know, the way the land, you know, the topography of the land.
Right.
We have beautiful rolling hills here. It's great.
Where?
Yeah, I gotta show you, I show.
So we don't call them hills.
They're beautiful, beautiful.
Compared to
It's just
Houston,
the problem that
yeah,
the hill rolls
this is-
up on column 5 and 6 and 7 instead of down.
Yeah,
The
so.
hill rolls down.
So Mr. Dryden's comment was, if you stand at the street level, look across, your line's all the way across is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's taller on one end than the other.
It-
The post has to be to keep it level.
It doesn't appear taller on one. They cut
Your
the
measurements show that it is,
Yeah.
Well, the original measurements from the surveyor
it's the ground, it's not.
yeah.
are no longer
The ground's-
the
the ground's
measurements.
got
We
a-
shaved off 12 inches off the top. And right now, you know, at first glance, they look even. And, you know, when you're looking from the inside out, you could see that there's a very minimal amount above the grade level. I have a little bit of that in the huge video, just because I know everyone here has driven by the, you know, the property
Sure.
for years. But I don't know if anybody has ever stood inside the front yard and saw what's going on, a little bit of video.
Would you like me to play that?
I
I can wait, I can wait.
I mean, so that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the bare minimum to remain, having the use of my front yard. Okay? To me, I will use my front yard. My daughter will do her cheer and gymnastics in front of the front yard. We left that big oak tree there, pruned it, because me and my wife plan on picnics there. You know, we use the front yard. A lot of people don't, but we do, and it's a big part of it. My backyard is going to be for growing. It's going to be an orchard, and it's going to be a vineyard in the backyard. That's my 5-year plan. What I'm going to do with all the fruits that come into me, I'm just going to plant them and grow it. I don't really need to do anything with them because I'm retired and I'm financially independent. So I can eat them, I can feed the poor, whatever. That's not really why we're here today. So I chose to put a 6-foot fence because I want a barrier to provide peace and security for me and my family. I want to be able to use my yard without being spectated upon by the passing vehicles. You know, I want to have a barrier between them and my front door. You know, and so the 6-foot fence, it applies. I mean, it's not like what I see in Plano. I joke around with my wife. I call Plano home with a 9-foot fence, home with a 10-foot fence. That's all there is. It's 10-foot fence. It looks horrible. No, 6-foot fence is good enough, right? Police Academy, I had to climb a 6-foot fence. I had to scale a 6-foot wall, not easy. You need upper body strength and dexterity. Not everybody has that. Not the 23s could do that might be worn around here. What's wrong? Looking for trouble. He ain't getting over the fence. And if he does, then, you know, that's another story. So I would like to finish my home with this fence. And so we're at this variance point. And so I'm humbly, only respectfully and humbly requesting only the bare minimum to complete the 6-foot fence, right? So because, you know, Scott had given me the options, over the phone. One of them was the way that the council's talking about making the fence out a little higher in the future. Well,
You've given us some of your reasons for.
Well, I've
it
given you a
being-
6-page report, I'm just trying not to bore you.
Of the hardship and the,
So,
and the concerns.
you know, I'll still need a variance for pole number 7, because even if you go to 4 feet, I'm still, so I'm there still. I really need this variance, it's a necessity for me to enjoy my property. For me to put a 6-foot fence, with an electric door that opens, and, you know, that'll afford my family privacy and tranquility and peace and security.
I think it would look better level than unlevel, for sure, along Parker Road, especially in 2 rows.
Yep.
Mr. Di Giovanni, have you altered the topography of your property?
No,
at
sir.
all?
In fact, that was part of, I think, I'm not sure, not, you know, see, you know, when I feel comfortable, I'll stop bouncing around. I think your first zoning here might have been, one of your first ones, might have been my property with the, I needed a couple of feet. in the
About
front.
8 inches,
Oh,
yeah.
8 inches.
And in that, it clearly states, we're not allowed to touch the grade or topography in any kind of way. So my hands are tied, I can't change the topography of the fence, and nor have I ever done any topographical change.
So what is the hardship that we're looking at here? Because the state of Texas says that we can grant variances based on hardship for financial compliance would cost more than 50% of the appraised value of your property, or loss of development areas, so you can't develop in certain areas, or because there are, let me finish. There's a conflict with another ordinance, meaning if you have to come in compliance with this, then you break another ordinance, or there's unreasonable encroachment on your land, meaning that you would have adjacent properties that have easement that provide you a hardship, or that there's a non-conforming structure because you don't have enough land to build your house on. And so I need to know what of those 5 are the hardship that you're up against. Is it going to cost you more than 50% of your property to lower that pole?
No, sir. The hardship that I'm up against is the loss of use of 25% or more of my property, which is the entire front yard. Because I cannot use my front yard like this. I cannot use the front yard with all these cars coming by. My daughter got catcalled, so the other night, Saturday night, a bunch of kids in the Jeeps out, that's my house. Okay, you know what's gonna happen, right? That guy, that boy that thinks my daughter's cute, he might come try to do the ding-dong doorbell ditch. That happens in the other, you know, these things happen. But I can't use my property without having a fence there. It's not healthy. It's not safe. It's not private.
So you can have a fence there, there's nobody saying you can't have a fence.
I understand that, sir. So the hardship comes where I have, most of the fence falls within the compliance. Even posts 1 and 2 are fractional, you know, inconsequential amounts, really. I mean, you know, from the blind eye, if I had to stay 2 inches short on 1 and 2, you know, nobody would see it unless they came up and measured it. It's posts number 6 and 7 that you know, cause the hardship because the topography of the land goes up, makes me go a little above, and it doesn't do justice to the rest of the project. Because what happens is I get like this, and 9 inches, and then I get like a window, like I could open up like a service window. I could sell soup there, something like that. And then right next to it, past the Joel's wall is going, and that's 8 feet tall. So it's going to be like 8-foot tall wall, then like 4 foot, then like 5, and then the rest 6. So that's the hardship. The hardship is that the topography of the land is not allowing this to occur, and without the fence, I don't feel secure. I don't feel safe. My wife doesn't feel safe. My daughter doesn't feel safe. You know, we're not alone here. There's a pocket full of pedophiles. It's submitted in my package.
Yeah, so again, of the 5 reasons that the state allows us to do a variance, that's, the safety is not one of them, unfortunately. I understand your plight.
I understand that.
And there's lots of people in St. Paul that probably have concerns like you do, but they may or may not have a fence in front of the yard at all.
I understand.
And you are allowed to have a fence, that's not the
I
issue.
understand. But I need a fence that's gonna be a.
I mean, to me, the one that might apply is if you think that pole, and you can express to us with documented proof that it's gonna be more than 50% of the appraised value of your land and your house.
What, the pole?
Because that's
I don't
what
think
the
that
state
that's
allows for us to
I don't
do.
even think that's an option, sir, to try to think that a pole is gonna be, what, did you look at the house?
I understand.
Okay,
What I'm trying to
so
say is,
I'm just saying,
what
sir-
you need to prove to us is a hardship.
Okay, okay, so what Scott has delivered to me with regard to hardships, whether the hardship is self-imposed by the current owner or was created by a previous owner. That was created by a previous owner, we sold the property.
So they put the poles up in the wrong spot? They put the poles up at the wrong height?
I'm not understanding exactly.
Did the previous owners put the poles up at the wrong height?
Okay, I put the poles up.
Okay, so you bought the house and put the poles up afterwards?
I put the poles up.
Just establishing that as
Yes,
fact.
sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry that's late. Okay.
Well, the thing is, this is a board of adjustment.
I understand.
I understand all the theatrics you're putting up.
It's not
but this is-
theatrics.
Hang on, this is the board of adjustment. We have to deal with facts. We have 5 ways that we can give you an adjustment. Before this board of adjustment over the years, we have given adjustments on people that may have been in or outside of those 5 stats. But we have to do what our
Okay,
job
I
is.
understand.
Under the state law,
I want
this
to
is
play.
state law, sir, that we have to follow. And so we have to find one of these 5 that you are actually having a hardship in. And
Whether
the
the
one that I
hardship
think
was
you might be
self-imposed.
closest is on the cost of doing it, which I don't think you're anywhere close to that.
The hardship is unique to the property, size, shape, and topography. I bought the lot like that. I put the poles, but the poles are on a lot that has a topography that's not allowing the height to fall below the grade. That's number 2, whether the hardship is unique to the property. It is. Whether the hardship is a financial in nature, it's not. But I don't need to prove all 4. Whether the hardship is self-imposed by the current owner or was created by a previous owner. Yes, it was. It was created by a previous owner. I bought into this. And I asked Scott, hey, what's going on with the road? He sent me a bunch of lines on paper. I could never have imagined. And this is not theatrics, this is the way I am. Forgive me for feeling comfortable. I was part of the process for 3 hours, and then I stood out there patiently. I'm happy to be part of St. Paul. I don't want to get under your skin, sir, and I apologize if I am. I'm trying to really put my fence up. I'm having a hardship, for the most part.
So with the topography of your lot, if you were to, the way yours is from the street grade, if you were to back your fence up towards your house, how far would you have to go to get the numbers you need to put up the 6-foot fence you're wanting to put up? Are we talking about it slopes enough 1 foot changes everything, or 2 feet?
I never really calculated that because I want to be able to use my front yard. So I wanted to maximize the usable area in the front yard. So what we got is we got the 20 feet that was sold to textile prior to my purchasing the property. And then we have another swath of land that I left for, manicure, beautification. And the fence, the columns, the driveway. And then there's a beautiful swath of front yard that I have great intentions for. Celebrations, everything that, is in the front.
Just to speed up time. So I'm not sure, Robert, what you're reading. I'm looking from the TML, and it says zoning board of adjustments typically handles variance requests. To be granted a variance, the applicant must typically demonstrate. It does say undue hardship. It does also say unique circumstances, unique characteristics of the property that justify variance, not self-created hardships that shouldn't be the result of the property owner's actions. Public benefit, granting a variance shouldn't be detrimental to public health, safety, or welfare. And under an example below, it does say examples of situations where a variance might be considered. Topography, unusual site conditions like steep slopes, floodplains, which, expanding Parker Road in front of his house could be a, special situation just from the TML site.
Okay?
Do you have anything else?
Oh, okay, I didn't know that I was.
No, we're still listening
back
to
up.
you.
Okay, so I just want to let you know that this is not going the way I planned it.
It's okay.
No, you're fine.
But, you know,
We have constraints that, you know, the law puts us on, and for the Board of Adjustments, there are those 5 constraints.
No, sir, I'm talking about just, you know, my presentation, like I had it all mapped out, it's not working out exactly the way I planned.
Well, and that's why I asked you the question I did, because it's one of those, is there a way for you to get your 6-foot fence by moving those posts
1 foot back.
1 foot back, and the slope changes it to where you get the numbers you're needing,
Unfortunately, it
and you don't
doesn't-
have to
it's
even
not-
do this.
The deepest part is right off the road. That's the deepest part. So you know, it comes down and then, you know, it slopes, but I don't think moving it a foot back is gonna give me what I need to be in compliance. You know, I haven't actually measured it, but I'm pretty good with
Is
it.
your builder still around there?
I'm still working on my building.
I mean, does he have a laser level where he can check that for you?
He used some sort of laser on the original
Right.
thing, but that was rejected. You know, to do that, the other poles are not, and those 2 poles are within compliance. It's just those 2 poles on the end that are going to connect to an 8-foot fence, an 8-foot masonry wall, actually, not even a fence. Because Pass is going to put an 8-foot masonry wall, and they're going to actually connect.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you want to put the video,
Can we play it?
sure.
Okay.
This video is to provide a brief discussion about my front yard. Right now you're viewing Gus, and normally I'd have him off the leash, but I can't take a risk if he chases a squirrel or something into the road, because I have no fence. So, this is what my front yard looks like.
And this is Parker Road, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has seen it from the other side, but I don't know if anybody has seen how it feels from the inside to see all of these vehicles constantly passing through.
That's not that bad.
It would be difficult for my
Guess that's a little bit lower,
family to enjoy, you know, an afternoon.
Which pole's the high one, the one on the left or the right?
All the way to the right, sir. The last 2 all the way to the right, right next to,
Next to the church.
Pastor Joel.
Always
Okay.
see us coming and going. If we were to go on vacation and the traffic was stopped at the light,
There was
that's
some
when
throwing
this
bags in the car.
becomes the great spectator parade when the traffic stops. I think it's about to stop.
This is just general decibel readings throughout the presentation. That's just some garbage that,
Installing a fence, adequate height. would
What was your
also-
highest noise reading?
sorry, sir.
What was your highest noise reading?
Rubbish
Oh,
fence.
73, I think, but I didn't do a,
Many
you know,
numerous cars
8-hour, it was just
No,
sporadic.
I'm just saying when you were out there, 72. On your
I've seen
phone,
higher.
on your phone while you're sitting back there?
So,
Is that where you took that?
I'm sorry?
When you took your measurement,
Yeah.
were you back where you were in the lawn, or were you up by the
I
road?
was where I was making the.
By the video.
Yeah, by the video.
the outskirts and outer boundaries, which is where my property lies on Parker Road, of St. Paul, to see what others have going on with their security protocols and privacy protocols as far as fences are concerned. So let's begin. We are traveling on bicycle, so that this way we can have a demonstration of how someone can easily reach without any risk of getting hit by a car on sidewalks, foot traffic to my home. So as soon as you enter St. Paul, you have an individual who's obviously
I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, by the way, it's just a general
next in the
observation.
middle, I don't know, to his own, and you you have your no trespassing, and you wear a dog sign. Obviously, it must be needed, you will have it. Okay. We're heading on Country Club Road. We have a commercial area with some restaurants and some services.
Is this pertinent?
This is also a.
I don't know that this is pertinent. We know the town.
Well, that's why I said in the beginning, and I wasn't doing it
Yeah,
before.
we-
I'm not here to insult anybody.
No,
You
no,
guys
no, no,
know
no,
this.
I mean, I guess
We're
the thing
completely
that
familiar.
got, the thing that got me, I mean, this is kind of along the same lines, is we've got all these demographic things in here, about how many people live here, and what their demographics are, and where we're located in Collin County and all that kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with, but the main thing is that, do you have a hardship? I suppose what Mr. Dryden's getting at is that we have a hardship because of the topology of the land. And so so how much is the topology
I would
moving
argue the noise too.
and the noise? Well,
Well,
I mean,
we
a lot
have,
of people have noise issues. And so it's not just you that have noise issues.
Well, I
because
think
of
the
that
new
land.
Parker Road may create some new noise issues that we haven't had before, just because we're gonna go to a 4 and 5 lane.
Yeah.
What's the speed limit gonna be?
50.
That's gonna be fit.
Yeah, last I heard they go.
Yeah, so they're actually lowering the speed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is the slope difference? Because I think you went through it. It sounds like it, on one of your columns, it goes up quite
it's
a
not a
bit.
s-
Like
The-
3 feet,
the-
2 feet,
the-
2 feet?
the top is level.
I
Nothing
understand
reaches,
that.
nothing
But
reaches.
the ground is what is causing the problem.
Right.
The ground goes up like a foot and a half.
18 inches
foot
on
and
the
a
last
half,
pole.
Foot and a half.
Yes, sir.
18 inches.
Okay, on the last pole.
On the last pole.
And that's what
Nine
butts up to
nine
the
on
total
second,
fence.
9 inches on the second to last, and just under 18 inches on the last.
And why can't we make that just,
And
why can't we make the poles at the right height, though? Is that not doable?
So is the
Just make the
is the
fence,
fence going to go
Some of
above
the poles are lower.
No, sir, the fence is gonna be
That's,
at level, and it's gonna be a 6-foot privacy
the
fence.
first poles are actually below what we're asking, or what our code says.
Mhm.
So this is just keeping it level all the way through.
Across the property.
And then it matches up to a potential 8-foot fence next to his property.
We have
So,
to.
I don't,
Why can't you do it conform with the variance, or with the ordinance, instead of asking for a variance?
well, that would bring
That would
the
bring
other
his
part
fence
of
to
his
a
fence.
5 foot.
That would bring the other part of his fence all the way down to get it
So it'd
level.
be a 5 foot at that point, so it'd be right at the
Which,
level of the.
which doesn't help as much with the noise and visibility and stuff like that.
It'd be actually lower than 5 feet.
Yeah,
It'd
before
be lower
that.
than 5 feet.
So,
It'd be like it, it'd be like the-
You know,
it'd be like a window.
There's not
It'd be
any,
like a
there's
window.
not anybody, no homeowner, no adjacent homeowners are complaining.
Oh,
yeah, but that's not under the fire.
sir, I have
I'm just
written,
saying,
I
it's
have
just a
written,
consideration.
written blessings from the board neighbors.
Yeah, we saw that.
I'm sorry.
No, we did.
Okay. Technically, that's the public hearing part, so should we close that and then move to the 4.1?
We can close the public hearing at this time, with your permission.
Sure.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Any other
So-
questions? Questions?
Question?
Okay, cool.
Yep. Do we have to have a motion to close the public hearing at this time? No? Okay. 4.1, discussion of possible action regarding case number 08-11-25-01, a variance request from Article 16, Section 6.2 of the town zoning ordinance concerning front yard fence height restriction at 2643 Parker Road, parcel ID 423535, per request from Mr. Stephen Giovanni. Open discussion?
I mean, we do have to have, the only thing I will say is that we do have to have a motion out of this. It has to be a motion
Correct.
to either approve or disapprove.
It has to
the
be
variance.
4 out of 5,
Right, that's right.
75%.
So, any more discussion? Would you like to make a motion?
I mean, I'm not hearing a real hardship. I'm hearing that we don't like it because it's going to look bad. So that's the only thing I'll say.
You don't believe it falls under the special condition
No, because it could be adjusted for
by putting in?
by putting a shorter pole in, or multiple shorter poles.
To me, that represents undue hardship, because now he's got half of his fence that's way below.
Well, they were way above, and he had to take off.
I know, I'm
So
just,
much.
I'm just saying right now that
So that's self-imposed hardship if by
No
installing
sign.
that?
But again, we've got, you know, the expansion of a road and now a sidewalk and noise and traffic.
Okay, well, that may be relevant. So was this in compliance before the road started getting worked on?
There was no fence before the road started getting worked on. So it came in after the road had begun.
When was the date of the application?
There wasn't a fence application originally, is that correct by your builder?
Yes, sir. My builder faulted with the fence contractor, and I got a call from City Hall, and I put a kibosh on it. And then, the day after, a permit went in.
So originally they were
the day
putting
after
it,
that.
originally your fence was supposed to be how tall? Because your poles were tall.
Or 7 foot.
You know, I don't know why you made them, that's all. The original game plan is still the same, a 6-foot
Okay.
privacy fence.
So, I mean,
I got one more question for you, sir. Your fence design, is that gonna be mirroring this picture?
It's gonna be as close, as that's an AI image.
I understand. So the question is, your poles are gonna be taller than the fence?
No, no,
The poles will be level?
level with the fence, level with the fence. Okay,
There's not gonna be caps added to it?
that picture actually was taken before they took the 12
Okay.
inches off. I have a video of them sawing it
No,
off.
that's fine.
I can see hardship.
4-foot fence, a 4-foot fence in front of the house is pretty close, or 4.5-foot fence in front of the house is pretty close, as far as noise or view. Sorry. Did it
All right, so
again.
so noise goes. Noise doesn't go. So,
I mean, it's all choices, it's design choices.
It's true.
So,
but it has to fall under, again, one of the 5 conditions. Doesn't have to meet all of them, just has to meet one. We have to find the right, we have to make this fit into one of those 5 conditions.
I mean, the topography issue alone in the TML site gives that as an example. And it's matching up to an 8-foot high fence.
So logistically, if the neighboring fence wants to be 8 foot, are you prepared to, with no topography, with no special condition, with no non-self-created imposement, are you willing to grant that 8-foot fence down the road?
That's a hypothetical I'm not even going to address.
I understand.
But the 8-foot,
It's not-
sorry,
it's not
the
in front of
8-foot
you.
fence, the 8-foot
The
fence.
8-foot fence is
Hold on.
hypothetical.
But the 8-foot fence goes that way in the property, it's not street facing.
At this point, the 8-foot fence is
That's
hypothetical.
not before us yet.
That's correct.
Well, we actually told them to put it in the SUP, if I recall.
And if it's lower, then it could be 10 foot, if the slope, right? If that grade still exists there, they might need 10 foot, not 8 foot.
We're talking, it's two different things.
I understand. I rescind my comment.
I'm just
so
saying, one
again,
fence is street facing.
because of the
it's not.
topography, again, this is from street grade. So in a normal flat land, if you wanted, say, on my street, 3.5 foot's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get a 6-foot fence, it couldn't be done.
Correct.
He's lucky to get anything over 3.5 foot in the front yard because of the topography that slopes down.
Right.
So that's the reason my question was, how far back do you have to lose in your front yard to get that 18 inches? That lot slopes pretty good.
Right.
So I don't know that answer. Well, he might know, but I don't know.
And the chair does get the vote, by the way, but it still does have to be, what is it, 5 out of 6.
So, I mean, does anybody see that hardship? You're going off the noise, I get it.
I see hardship.
Okay.
I see hardship.
Somebody needs to make the motion.
I'll make a motion that we grant a hardship exception and give him his variance request as
18 inches maximum.
on those
There you go.
columns.
As presented,
Okay.
yeah, as presented here.
Not 18 across, just
Right.
as presented.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Okay. One abstains?
No,
One's
one
negative.
nay. One negative.
One's a nay.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah,
So,
one nay.
so,
So that passes then.
So it is,
So, congratulations.
you got your variance,
Chairman, thank you.
your second variance.
Thank you for the first one. I wasn't, you did that one in absentia. I gave you something that was written in red. I know you guys read it because I saw it on YouTube.
You have a lovely.
I've been binge watching you guys.
You have a lovely home. Welcome to St. Paul.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You'll all be invited to the housewarming, even if this didn't go through the way I wanted it to, because my wife wants to meet everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Coming in.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You might have
Thank
a
you the
couple-
most, because you helped me with my, I was a captain in New City
we
Corrections
gotta
for 2 years.
We got to adjourn.
And I was having some administrative PTSD.
Oh, yeah.
Let's close out. You guys can. Let's adjourn.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, at this time, we have no other matters. Do I have a motion for an adjournment?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
There you go, go home.
I'm just curious, am I going to be on YouTube?
Yep.
I am?
Yep. Here's starting.